In this video, we'll talk about the nature of humanity and attempt to explain why we seem flawed and evil. Let's start with the assumption that we're all fundamentally good, that we all matter, and that we have the potential to be amazing. Let's also assume that our lives are supposed to be phenomenal and even magical and epic, and that we're supposed to naturally love life. When we think about our actual experiences of life, these notions can seem a little far-fetched. But perhaps a more accurate perspective could show us how they're actually true even though they seem not to be. Consider this. When we think about how our lives are going, we have concerns about how life is going, and we have aspirations for how we hope it will go. We have these concerns and aspirations about ourselves, about others, about all of humanity, and about life in general. Think about what you're concerned about. Maybe you're worried about how your life is going, such as about your financial situation or people you care about. Maybe you're struggling with anxiety or hopelessness or fitting in. Maybe you're concerned about the condition of the world around you, such as the environment or the economy or corruption or divisiveness. Now, think about what you hope life will be like. Maybe you're dreaming about a better career or lifestyle. Maybe you hope for a better world for the people around you. Maybe you feel called to make big differences, or you feel that you're meant for something more. As we look at the disparity between these aspirations and our concerns, we can certainly see many areas where we and life could be so much better. We know we have so much more potential, we just don't know how to get there. It's easy for us to ask the question, if we're really fundamentally good, why is the world so bad? As we look around at how things are going, and even as we work to navigate our own lives, it's sometimes easy to believe that the situation is hopeless. And so we settle for the way things are because change seems unrealistic. But what if we're just looking at it in the wrong way? Perhaps a better understanding would lead us to workable solutions. What if the problems facing humanity all stem from the fact that being human is hard? What if, despite our best efforts, we're just not very good at handling life's inherent challenges? Everything we think we're doing to solve humanity's challenges actually makes things worse. We've been building up these issues for countless generations, and since we're also not good at working together, these issues just keep piling up and even become embedded in our cultures, institutions, and belief systems. We're struggling to get our needs met against the inherent challenges of life while carrying the weight from all of humanity. It's a wonder we can even operate at all. Our lives could be so much better if we just learned how. Let's break that down. Being human is hard. We each have infinite needs that life compels us to satisfy just to survive. Our needs and wants are present in and define every part and moment of our lives. We must constantly make decisions every moment, every day, and we must comply with life's rules, and we suffer consequences whenever we fall short. Our survival depends on how accurately we perceive and understand, but our capabilities in perception and understanding are drastically limited and easily fooled. We'll never really understand those rules of life that we're supposed to comply with. And no matter how hard we try or how well we do, we can never escape challenge, hardship, and pain. Increasing challenge seems to be an integral part of the nature of life. On top of our own personal challenges, life's design has us interdependent on each other to get our needs met. We cannot meet our needs by ourselves. And those human relationships we're dependent on are ridiculously complex to navigate, which amplifies life's other challenges. And despite our interdependence on others, we still ultimately face life alone and bear the responsibilities for our choices. Life is an impossible calling, a call to perfection that we cannot achieve. We aren't very good at handling this impossible calling, which leaves us mired in our unresolved issues, which we're also not good at handling. Everyone around us is in this struggle, not to mention the countless generations that have been struggling before us. These issues don't only hinder us, but they compound on each other like interest on a debt. Consider all of the issues we've inherited from our parents that they inherited from theirs. We struggle with those issues in addition to our own past challenges, which blocks our abilities to handle challenges in the present. and then we hand those compounded, unresolved issues on to others around us. Moreover, as we deal with these issues collectively, such as societally, which we're also not good at, we embed these issues into our cultures, institutions, and belief systems, and build in elaborate systems of enforcement. We tell each other what we're supposed to believe, what we're supposed to want and value, how we're supposed to act, and even how we're supposed to feel, and we punish people who step out of line. We internalize all of these issues until we lose touch with what we really believe, want, or feel. We try to fix the situation, and we just make things worse because our strategies are far too simplistic and actually work against us. We try to decide what the truth is and then enforce that truth on others. We avoid or conceal anything that isn't consistent with that decided truth. We make assumptions about how life should work, deliberately ignoring how life does work, then use those values to tell ourselves and each other how we should think, feel, or act. We label, separate, and judge ourselves and others, defining what is or isn't normal or appropriate, creating superhuman standards and a foundation for inhibitions, repression, guilt, and shame. And we control, manipulate, coerce, and persecute, usually feeling completely justified because of the other strategies mentioned above. Even our own profession feels justified in inflicting change on others, and sometimes our approaches border on manipulation. We're all carrying around so much weight that we've lost any connection to who we actually are, and all we know of ourselves and each other are the pretenses and defense mechanisms we wear around just to survive the day. These are the difficult people we see in our companies, in traffic, on the news and social media, and even in our families. It's easy to think that we're flawed and even evil. We forget that we're all doing the best we can. Our lives could be so much better if we just learned how. This is where learning comes in, but a much more sophisticated definition of learning than we typically think about. If we can apply learning properly and become better and better at it, learning is the leverage we need for deliberate change. It's the science and magic to make change real. Hopefully, as we embrace learning, these notions about ourselves and life will start feeling less far-fetched. If we become better learners, learning will empower us to transcend the problems and issues we're struggling with, be genuinely happy, get the most out of our lives personally and society, and even evolve as a species. But we have a lot to learn about how to learn. Learning is the magic solution that will help us realize our potential. Learning provides us with the frameworks to start dealing with our issues and to find better solutions for dealing together with the inherent challenges in life. It will help reconnect us with who we really are. If you join us on the journey, we can make big differences together.